Hi guys, it's Robbie with urbanfarming.com, and in this week's video I want to show you guys how we go from radish seed to this tray of radish right here. This tray of radish is actually a little bit taller than normal because our harvest is on Monday and today's Wednesday when I'm filming, but you can see just how thick this tray is. No mold, it's looking really good. So like the other videos, we have this ebook down below you can download. It has our grow guide. It tells our seeding density, how long we leave it germinated, how long it's under the lights, and how we harvest it. Basically everything I've learned about how to grow radish microgreens. So let's get started, I guess. First things first, you're going to need some dirt. This is the soil we prefer. It's kind of this Pro Mix soil. Get it at Home Depot, Canadian Tire. You guys can see this bag. It's just kind of a premium all-purpose mix. I've been really happy with it. And then we sift our soil. If you've watched our broccoli video, it's similar to that. So I'll get this set up. So similar to the broccoli video that we did, we want a nice kind of fluffy soil. And the problem with this soil, for us anyways, is when we put it on onto our 10-20 tray. So you can see how this soil, it has all these clumps in it. And you can imagine if you're trying to work this soil to get a nice flat bed, how difficult that would be. So what we do is we just got this soil sifter. There's just some 2x4s on this end. There's some deck boards right here. And then it's just 1/4 inch kind of chicken wire, I believe. And we just kind of run our dirt through that. So it has a couple benefits. Is that it really creates a nice fluffy soil. Once I take this off, you'll see it breaks up all the clumps in that, so it's really easy to work with in your trays. The next benefit is all these little twigs you see on here, it'll screen these out. So if you did have these at the surface of your soil bed, your seeds aren't going to germinate because they're not making contact with the soil. So it's another benefit of sifting your soil that I highly recommend. Now here's the soil. Once it's went through the sifter, you can see just how fluffy and nice that is. So that's primarily why we sift our soil. And then when we're going radish, we bottom water it. So we have a 10-20 tray with holes sitting on top of a 10-20 tray of no holes. And then when we do water it, if I grab this tray right here, we just pick it up, and then when water goes in underneath and those holes on the bottom, it soaks up through. And we do that just because the foliage of the radish crop takes so long to dry out if you top water it, and I found it's almost impossible to spin dry it. So it's really important that you bottom water it, and then it kind of lets that canopy dry out and really improve your shelf life. So that's why we do that. And then we use 3 liters of soil. So this is just a 3-liter beaker I bought off Amazon. And then we just put that in the tray. And then I'll show you guys how we use our soil tamper to make a nice level soil bed. So here's our tray. What you want to do is just use your hands, kind of move it around. You don't want to push it down or anything like that. You don't want to be going like this. It'll be really hard for your soil tamper to work really well. So just get it kind of as level as you can. It's definitely not by any means perfect, but it's good enough for this next step. And this is our soil tamper, just a piece of plywood, a piece of 2x4 on it, and then we just take it and we just push down, and made a really nice flat level bed. So our next step after that is we just want to water it. So I'll show you guys that. When you water it, you want your kind of nozzle or your gun on the shower setting. And then you can see kind of how it's bubbling there. That's kind of what I watch for. More bubbles at this moment, but you can see where it was bubbling, right there and there. Just kind of I find once it gets to that tray below, it's kind of when it bubbles. But there we go, 61. Happy with that. Well, 59, I guess, is where it's settled out at. So then what we do is we just broadcast our seeds on top, kind of just with this spoon right here. Just go around the tray. I've seen some people use a shaker. Kind of shakers I have right now, it really takes a long time with the radish. The holes are kind of, I guess they'd be too small, so it just takes forever. So I just use this kind of spoon to broadcast them. Just kind of want to avoid any big clumps or anything like that. Try to get myself out of the wind for you guys. I'm not sure what it'll sound like. Oops. So when I first started growing radish, I guess I'll show you this first. So, it's pretty evenly spread out. But you can see like there's little clumps like that. If you can, just try to move them with your fingers. I wash my hands before this and everything, but you want to make sure you always wash your hands or wear gloves like in some of our videos. But so then, when I first started growing radish microgreens, this is all I would do, and then I would go to our grow room and I would stack them. And our germination is kind of really sporadic. And the one thing I found that greatly helps your germination is if you mist your seeds. So now for our radish, once it's like this, then we'll go with our hose and we'll mist it. So you can see now, those seeds are, move the camera over here. So you can see now those seeds, they're really nice and wet. And by far, that's made the biggest difference in our germination rates for our radish, is, misting those seeds once they're on our soil bed. So what I'll do now, guys, is I'll move this into our grow room and I'll talk to you guys in there. Hi guys, so we're in the grow room now, and our humidity, you guys can see that, it's 37%, and our temperature is 84 degrees Fahrenheit. So pretty good conditions right now. The humidity is low. We just harvested a couple days ago, because you can see all the crops along the bottom here that we have germinating, and some basil germinating up there. So this is our germination phase right now. But here's our radish that we just planted outside. So what you want to do is get a 10-20 tray, with no holes, and then we'll just set that on top. You want to make sure when you're doing this, because we do 3 trays at a time a lot of the time, but when you're doing this, you don't want it to be sitting on the lip and then putting your bricks on, just because this tray won't make good contact with the soil. So you want to make sure it's making good contact with the soil. And then what we do is we take 3 of these bricks and just put them on top of the tray, and they've all been washed and sanitized. But so that's 15 pounds we have sitting on there, and what that does is really help this top tray, push against the soil. So as this pushes down, it's pushing the seeds into the soil, and they're making good contact with the soil. So it really helps increase your germination as well. It also kind of makes a stronger microgreen, because as they're germinating, they're trying to push this weight up, so you get a thicker stem and just a better, higher quality product. So it's one thing I recommend. You don't have to use bricks. I've seen people use phone books, jugs of water, just anything you have kind of laying around, just to put on top of this tray to, push it down. So I think what I'll do now is I'll do updates every 24 hours. So 24 hours from now, I'll come, we'll take the bricks off, and then we'll, lift the tray up, and we'll see what it looks like, kind of how the germination's going, and I'll give you guys an update on the grow room. So thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you guys in 24 hours. Hi guys, welcome back. So it's a hot one today. If we do a grow room update to start it off, it's 41% humidity. That was, the high was 42%, the low was 35. Right now we're, see if I can get that where you guys can see it. We're 88 degrees Fahrenheit, the high was 90, and the low was 82. So, we'll take these bricks off and we'll give you guys our 24-hour update on the radish. So here they are. They're looking really good. You can see how they're already starting to germinate, like those little radicals are coming out. So I bet you with, how hot it is, tomorrow they'll be ready to be unstacked, just after 48 hours, which is pretty crazy. And what we're kind of looking for when they're ready to be unstacked will kind of be like this sunflower down here. You can see how they're pushing this tray up. They're kind of coming out along the edges, and they'll let us know that they're ready to be unstacked. So that's all I have for this update for 24 hours. It's a short one. Like all these trays we have there germinating, I don't lift them up or check on them or do anything like that. I just kind of watch along the sides, and when I see they want to be unstacked, I unstack them. So that'll wrap this up, and we'll talk to you guys in 24 hours for a 48-hour update. Thanks for watching, guys. Hi guys, so welcome back. It's been 48 hours now, so this will be our 48-hour update. Here's what the grow room was looking like over the last 24 hours. So humidity was 43%, the high was 52, and low was 34. And right now we're 91 degrees Fahrenheit. That was the high, and the low was 82. So really hot, really dry. Radish really loved it. Here's our radish. So this is what I was talking about in, our 24-hour video, kind of when it wants to be unstacked. You can see, along the front end here, and then kind of down the side. I guess this way I can show you guys better. And you can see there, it wants to be unstacked. So that's what I'll do now. Take these bricks off. Oh yeah. So it looks really good. And you can see just how nice and full and even that germination is. So what I'll do now is I'll take this tray outside, and then I'll show you guys how we, water it, and then we'll bring it back inside and put it under the grow lights. So I'll see you guys when I'm got everything set up outside. Hi guys, so we got our radish outside now. So for the first watering, we top water it. So we just have our hose on the shower settings, and then we'll just give it a quick water. It's still, fairly damp from when it was stacked, so I won't water it too much, but that's all we do for this first one. And then in the ones after this, we'll bottom water it. So I'll show you guys that then, kind of why we set our trays up the way we did initially, with having a 10-20 tray with holes stacked inside a 10-20 tray with no holes. So I'll bring this tray into the grow room, and then I'll explain, how we have our grow room set up and what's really helped us have the best success growing radish. So I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Hi guys, so I got the radish in the grow room. Got it set up here, and then you can see we've got some peas. So one thing, if I turn this fan on, we're gonna have really good airflow over this radish crop, and then it'll still get good airflow over the peas. What you wouldn't want to do is, have your crop of peas and then have your tray of radish, because then it's going to have good airflow over top of your peas, but not over your radish, so it could lead to mold issues. So always have your shortest crops closest to your fan. You can see, for another example, like down on the bottom there, one tray lower, we've got our broccoli close to the fan, then our sunflowers. So highly recommend that. And then down here on that shelf right there, they're just all pretty much the same height, so those don't matter too much. But that's one tip. In your grow room where you're growing your radish, you'll definitely want to have good good airflow throughout the room. So you can see we've got 3 fans there, kind of blows the air along, which then goes to these 2 fans right there, which then comes to this dehumidifier. This dehumidifier's got a exhaust on it, pushing the air kind of this way to that fan there, which then pushes it back to our shelves. So it's going in kind of a circular pattern around the room, and we've been really happy with that. You'll want to have a dehumidifier. It's been made a world of difference. Like, I don't think you can actually have the humidity too low for your crops. If you got it lower, you'll just have to water more frequently, but it'll definitely help with disease. Or if you have high humidity, found you run into a lot more disease issues. So try to keep your humidity as low as possible. We're just running 2 T5 lights per shelf. I've been really happy with these. They're fairly cheap. I think they look really good. Like if I back up here, for your marketing and that, when you want people to focus on your microgreens, they're kind of really tucked away. The lights aren't super visible, so that's a benefit of them. So 4 sets of lights, just runs off one cord. So you can see we've got the cord right here, plugs into a light up there, which then plugs in right here. Come along, it plugs in on this end to this light, which then plugs in to this light. So 1 cord to 1 outlet, with powering 4 lights. I've had other lights in the past where each individual light has its own plug-in, and it's just a real pain, because you can see, down here for kind of our multi-prong unit there, we've got 4 plugins being used, and that's powering all the lights for this shelf, well, these 2 shelves, so that's 16 lights on there. So super happy with that. They're on a 16-hour on, 8-hour off cycle, and they're just running off with this light timer here. The only downside to this light timer is there's no battery backup. So right now it's 4:30ish, 4 o'clock. So if the power went out for an hour, like this will stop working. It'll keep saying it's 4 o'clock, when actually it's 5 o'clock when the power comes back on an hour later, and your lights, kind of be out of whack. Instead of turning on at 7, they'll actually turn on at 8 in the morning. But they'll still be on for 16 hours on, 8 hours off, just turning on and off at different times. So might be something to look into. I know the battery ones are a little more expensive, but I'm happy with those. So far, what else can I tell you guys? I think that'll kind of wrap it up. We're just using these stainless steel shelves. We got them from Costco. Super easy to clean. Not using any wood or anything like that. Yeah, so if you're gonna grow, some radish, I guess the best tips I have is, have good airflow over top of the crop, good airflow throughout your whole grow room, really move that air around. Have a dehumidifier to keep that humidity low, and have some lights, some good lights, makes a big difference. That's basically all we do, so we've had great results. So I think that'll wrap this video up, guys, and all the equipment that I've mentioned in here, I'll just have a link below in the description where it takes you to a page so you can easily find it. And if you want to check it out, you could check it out, and we'll talk to you guys in 24 hours when the radish will be all greened up. So quite excited, and we'll talk to you guys then. Thanks for watching. Hi guys, here's our 72-hour update for our radish. So all the crops in the grow room, they're looking really good. Really happy with them. Even our basil over there is coming along nicely, but really happy with how our radish is looking. You can see, it's really greened up over the last 24 hours. The lights are on a 16-hour on, 8-hour off timer. And then here's our conditions in our grow room. So right now the humidity is 51%, the high is 55, the low is 41%, and it's 90 degrees Fahrenheit. The high was 100 and the low was 79. So all I do now is, the radish was on the shelf above, but to film this little part, I just moved it down to this shelf so I could, show you guys watering. So I just lift it up. Dump some water in there. So it's kind of just above the little ridges. So if you guys can see that, there's some ridges that aren't completely covered in water, but the majority of them are, so that is good. Just put that down, and then I'm just kind of watching the color of the soil. So you can see, right there, the soil is starting to look a little dry, compared to this soil down here that's pretty dark. So that's all I kind of watch for with these crops, of when to water, is just watch kind of the color of the soil. If it gets to, for my soil specifically, if it gets to be a lighter kind of brown, I know it's getting a little dried out. You could probably use some water. So one thing with radish, if you did come in here, and they were laying over on their side, like all of it, like let's say all these are kind of laying over, you've just underwater. That'll happen if you don't have enough water, or you haven't watered frequently enough, or they're out of water. They just kind of fall down. There's no need to worry. Just give them some water, and within 4 to 6 hours, they'll be standing right back up. So that's kind of an issue I see some people have, and it kind of scared me when I first got started. But all you need to do is just bottom water them, and they'll stand back up. So Hope you guys enjoyed this 72-hour update. I'll give you guys another update 24 hours from now for our 96-hour update. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll talk to you then. Hi guys, so this is actually an 84-hour update for our radish. So our radish crop right now, it's looking really good. It's nice and dense and full. I'll be harvesting it later on today to show you guys. But when I was looking at our other microgreen crops, you can see with our kale how it's all fallen over here. So that's what I was talking about yesterday. If you underwater, it'll fall over. And you can even see just how dry that soil is. So all I'm going to do now is I'll just water it, and then when I come back later on, show you guys when we harvest our radish, I'll show you the crop of kale standing back up. So I thought that would be a helpful tip to kind of show you guys. If you come in and you see a radish crop falling over like how these are, just means it needs some water. So hope that makes a lot more sense. We'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Hi guys, so welcome back. So this will be kind of like a 92-hour update. We're going to harvest our radish. So the grow room, over the last, I guess, 20 hours or so, it's been, right now the humidity is 42%, the high was 60%, the low was 42%, right now it's 82 degrees Fahrenheit, the high was 91, the low was 81, so if you can see outside, it's quite wet, it's been raining lots, so I'm going to shoot this video just in our grow room today, so get the camera set up and then I guess I can show you our radish. You can see it's just starting to fall over, so it's good and dry, so that'll really make the shelf life good on, when we package this crop and that. So yeah, I'll get our camera set up, then I'll show you guys how we harvest it. Okay guys, so when you're harvesting your radish, you want to make sure your hands are clean, wash them. We wear these nitrile gloves as well, and then you want a good sharp knife. So you just got this knife, kind of sharpener, you just run it through. I'll just turn our scale on. Measure our yield, and you just want to grab a handful, and then you just cut, set it in there. So you always want to be looking, as you're harvesting, you can see this one, there's some dirt on there. You always want to be checking, making sure you're not tearing them, that you're actually cutting them. Because you don't want to have, any dirt in your product that you're giving to your customers. You can see on our scale there, we got 335 grams. The tray wasn't harvested super clean by any means. Just kind of a quick harvest while I'm filming here to show you guys the process of how we use a knife just to harvest. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little video series. It's amazing how quickly these Radish Microgreens grow. What was that, like 90 hours, and we grew 335 grams. So I really like radish. They're great on egg salads and just on burgers, anything you can kind of put them on or in salads. So hope you guys enjoyed this little series, and we'll see you guys in the next grow series. Thanks for watching.